What's good everyone? Hope you guys are doing well. In this video, I'll be going through how you can get involved in Gary V's upcoming collection which is happening on April, Veefriends Series 2, and it has been mentioned that the only way you are allowed to mint this Veefriends Series 2 is by holding book games. In this video, I'll be going through some strategies and some tips that you may or may not know about book games. If you want to know more about book games and how to get into Veefriends Series 2, just stay tuned. I'm going to try to make this video short and brief, so hopefully this video helps for those that are interested. Okay, so just to start off, Veefriends Series 2 supply. There will be a total of 55,555 NFTs. I know, it's a very huge supply, but I don't know, maybe this could work because it's Gary V, so who knows, right? And his main collection, if you do not know already, I think it was created last year in May, and right now the floor is sitting at 16.88 ETH, which is pretty insane knowing that currently it's the NFT bear right now and it's still slowly chugging up. For the past whole year, it has been in this range for quite some time, within the 15 to 20 something ETH range. This shows that Gary V is insane and I faded him so badly. I could have gotten a Veefriend back when it was 10 ETH or lower last year, because I got in this space about July, August period. Yeah, so I faded him so badly, and right now this is another opportunity to get into his community, which is Veefriends Series 2. So moving back to the supply, there will be 10,255 for Veefriends Series 1 holders. So basically those who hold their Series 1 will be able to mint a Series 2 which can be claimed. And then there will be another 32,000 for friends list, which is basically whitelist. 10,000 will be allocated for the general public mint, and this 10,000 would definitely go very quickly in the public sale, probably in just minutes. And lastly, there'll be 3,300 for the 15 new characters which will be coming into Series 2. And this 3,300 will require you to burn book games tokens. They haven't talked much about what exactly is needed to be burned, but there are many hints that Gary has given. Knowing this supply, let's move on. Before I start on book games and about Series 2, Gary V has mentioned that the best way to get into his community is to own a Veefriends Series 1. So if you have the funds for it, right now the floor is sitting at 16.88. If you have this amount, it is definitely a good buy, because he has mentioned that he will be constantly giving utilities to his holders and that Series 1 will always be his #1 focus in his entire community. The Veefriends team has also mentioned that there are many several advantages for Veefriends Series 1, and one of them being you'll be able to claim for free a Series 2 NFT of their current character. They will also receive an exclusive access to a special character post called Evolving, so something like that. He gave a sneak peek over here, and this can only be claimed by Veefriends Series 1 holders. The Evolving post, in their opinion, will be the most sought after post of all the poses and will not be available in the friends list or the general public mint for the Series 2 drop. Therefore, this is only given to Series 1 holders. Gary has mentioned the best way to get involved in his whole ecosystem is to get the Veefriends Series 1. But I know most of you guys are priced out already, and it's a huge amount to invest to begin with. So let's move on to some of the strategies for book games and also some tips that you may or may not know already and some alpha. Alright, so let's start off with what exactly is book games. So this book games is actually a first of a kind layer 2 NFT created by Gary V himself as well. This collection I think was minted 2 months ago only. It's a supply of almost 125,000. Right now the token supply is about 120,000 and there are 4,440 tokens already burnt. These tokens are burned because they are used to exchange for VCon tickets, etc. by burning different book games, different types of frames, etc. So that is why there is this number over here. What are the utilities for book games? It has not been covered fully, but Gary Vee has mentioned that book games will be played forever. So his vision for his ecosystem is not just for this year or next year, it's for the next 50 years. And that is why he's mentioned that book games will be played forever and it will be important in the ecosystem. So these book games are also burnable assets, as I mentioned. It can be burned for VCon tickets or other reasons. And these book games tokens are a friend's pass which gives you 12.5 day advantage to mint a Veefriends Series 2 this April ahead of the public mint. And it is not needed to burn the token for eligibility. There will be 15 new Veefriends characters introduced in Series 2, and the only way you can get access to these is by burning these book games. So to get a Friends Pass, you do not need to burn your token, but if you want to get a chance to get the new Veefriends characters, which will probably be more sought after in Series 2, you need to burn book game tokens. And that's where all the strategies and the different frames comes about. Do note that it is not guaranteed that book games tokens will allow you access to pre-mint the Series 2 collection. As it mentioned, book game tokens will be the only way to have the chance to do so. So there are several types of tokens. As I already mentioned, there are 125,000 supplies, so there are many different kinds of characters. There are a total of 16 book game characters. There will be 13 core book game characters and also 3 special book game characters. The Koala, Paper Hands Pony, and the Tiny Machine Tiny Ogre. He has mentioned that the special book game characters will be very important in the ecosystem. He has not mentioned what are the utilities yet, but just note that these 3 are very important and the floor right now is pretty insane. I think the Koala is about 4 to 5 ETH. The Ogre is the most rare and therefore it's pretty high up. The last sale, I think it went for 60 ETH. Then there'll be many different kinds of backgrounds as well. So these are 5 random artwork: bubblegum, lava, diamond, gold, hologram. And lastly, there are many different kinds of frames as well. So you have this over here and these are the rarity. So the most common frame is wood, then followed by silver, clear, gold, black, blah blah blah, and so on. So this combination of 16 original artworks, 5 spectacular rarities, and 15 different frames creates a possible combination of 1,200 different book game token rarity types. Okay, so that's mostly it about the supply and what is book games exactly. Moving on to how you can get these book games. So these book games are sold on a marketplace called TokenTrove. This is existing on ETH Layer 2 on Immutable X. In order to start buying book games on TokenTrove, you need to transfer some ETH over to Layer 2 Immutable X. These steps are pretty simple, so just do look it up on your own. Just link up your account with Immutable X and then you start transferring over your funds. It's pretty quick. It takes about just a few minutes to an hour or so. And one thing to note, which is very good about Layer 2 ETH, is that on TokenTrove itself, there are no gas fees. So you do not have to pay for gas. It's almost similar to OpenSea. You can sort by lowest price, highest price. I usually sort by lowest price. And on the left, you can select the different kinds of attributes. As I mentioned, there are many types of attributes. Over here, there are 5 different kinds of spectacular backgrounds: bubblegum, diamond, gold, hologram, and lava. And lastly, the token frames, which is consisting of 15 different types. Gary Vee and his team has not mentioned exactly what you need to have, but there were certain hints given by Gary about what you need to hold, how many you need to hold exactly. So over here, I've looked up in the Veefriends Discord every single message that Gary Vee has sent the past week or so, and these are the findings that I found. So this could be some tips for or alpha for you guys. Okay, so over here they have already shown how the new characters in Veefriends Series 2 will look like. So above, the first 9 on top over here will be, I think, the evolving pose, which Veefriends Series 1 holders will get. And the bottom one will be the new characters that will be coming out in Series 2. So these are the messages that Gary Vee has hinted, and so I compiled it and I want to share with you guys. Someone asked in the Discord what are the requirements to burn for the new VF2 characters, and he has mentioned that it's gonna require a lot, and he hinted that you need 5 of the same frame, and that is the floor to get in. Also, he has mentioned that any 7 book games would help you in case you are slow with 5 of the same, and he said #alpha over here. So I'm guessing that if you don't have 5 of the same frames, you need at least 7 book games. Doesn't matter the rarity of frame, you can burn 7 to get a chance to mint the new character. And at the bottom over here, some people have mentioned that the patient or lava gets to burn first, and over here another person has mentioned the same thing as well, the patience lava combo, and it's trading a little bit above floor. And so that's one strategy that people are getting. They are stocking up on patient lava combos, and I'll show you guys on TokenTrove. Okay, so on TokenTrove, they have mentioned patience, and this is one of the attributes. You can be searched over here, patience. They also mentioned lava over here. Okay, token frames, I'll just leave it as that. The patience lava combo floor is currently at 0.47 ETH. It's best if you can get similar token frames as well. So over here, there's a wood frame here, wood frame, wood frame, wood frame, wood frame. So best if you can get 5 of these. And so with the hints, it's probably those with this combo will be able to burn first to get an opportunity to mint. And do note that only 3,300 tokens will be given to those who burn these frames. So there will be many people who have 5 frames and above, and the demand will definitely be high for those. So definitely people would take note of this hint, because it has been mentioned that patience and lava will get to burn first. So it'll be a time sensitive thing, and so that is why patience and lava combo is trading above floor. So this is one tip for you guys and some alpha. If you want to get an opportunity to mint one of the new characters, this is one combo you can get. Alright, moving on. For those that have a little bit more liquidity and you want to try to get something rarer, Gary Vee has mentioned that specs are the ultimate and rarity matters as well. So you have enough liquidity. As I mentioned, there are 3 special characters in book games. If you have enough liquidity, of course get those. There's one guy who mentioned whether you need to burn 10 to 12 book games frames to get rarer characters especially, and his reply was rare matters. As mentioned here again, the token frames, there are 15 different types and different rarities as well, and champagne is the rarest. This book game strategy is really up to you. You can decide on your own what you want to do, etc., and depending on how much liquidity do you have, and with the recent NFT market conditions, you may just want to try for the lowest rarity one, which is wood frame. And if you are going for the rarer kinds, so he has mentioned rarity matters, right? So let's say you have enough liquidity for champagne, which is the rarest token frame, only 0.5% out of the entire collection. Right now the floor is sitting at, I think, okay, there's some error over here. Yeah, it's sitting at about 2 ETH sort of. So if you want to get a chance to get a very rare character in Series 2, if you get 5 of these, that's about 10 ETH, which is pretty insane already. So yeah, it's all depending on how much liquidity do you have and what strategy you want to take. And this is the last few messages that I took from him, which I thought it was important. He has mentioned that the new characters special will be insane because they are the only spectaculars you can get in Series 2 for all. The rest will be given to Series 1 holders, and the burning for those will be insane. There will be 75 spectaculars. They are all one-of-ones of the new 15 characters and will be the most insane burn. So he also has mentioned over here, you need maybe 55 tokens to get you one of these 75 spectaculars, which is pretty insane. So yeah, you do the math, 55 times the current floor, that is a lot of ETH. Or he also mentioned will champagne have its toast? Okay, so this is another hint. So I'm thinking that the champagne token frame will be very important if you want to have a chance to mint one of the spectaculars. And the last message over here, he said 12 champagne frames make a case of a champagne. So this is a huge hint. So you probably need about 12 champagne frames and you need to burn these to get one of these 75 spectaculars. I know most of you are priced out already, but yeah, this is something to know. And if you have the liquidity, why not? You can go for this. So right now, let's say the champagne's floor I showed you guys just now is about 2 ETH. You do the math, it's about 24 to 26 ETH total if you want to go for this. I personally actually want to try for these champagne frames. I'm hoping that ETH will dump a lot, maybe to the 1000 regions. So when I buy back in, I will have made 2x of my ETH holdings because I recently sold my ETH to stables right now. So just disclaimer, I'm trying to go for these champagne frames, but I might just also go for the patience lava combo. Just get 5 for the fun of it. I thought this whole concept of Gary Vee's collection and book games is pretty interesting, so I want to share with you guys. And hopefully you guys can take something away from this video, maybe some tips. And this entire Veefriends Series 1, Series 2 and the whole ecosystem makes me very, very bullish on the NFT space because you can do so much with your collection. And Gary Vee has consistently given back to his holders, and he has also been very active in the Discord. I've been in the Discord for the last few days and he's always there every single day talking to the people in Discord. And that is very, very bullish. These are the founders that you want to invest in. This is just one opportunity for you guys. Hopefully you guys can take something away from this video. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention, for those that are planning to get into the friends list mint, you need to hold book games. 32,000 will be allocated to this friends list mint. So if you are holding just one single book frame of any type, so even if you get the floor ones or the higher rarity ones, it doesn't matter. If you just hold one, you have 20% chance of getting into the friends list mint. So it will be totally random. So the more book frames you have, the higher chance you'll be able to get into the friends list mint. You don't have to burn these book games, you just need to hold them, and the referral will be totally random. So that's just an extra alpha for you guys. If you just want to have a chance to get into the Veefriends Series 2, to be in the friends list mint, just hold at least one book game. You have 20% chance. Okay, so that's all from me. Remember, the markets are always here, but your capital may not. Peace.